You're right. In America, it's massive, and everyone has a blog. In the UK, there seems to still be a stigma about blogging. People don't understand the power of blogs and what it can do for you. I've been blogging for about 2.5 years. I started it because it was a mouthpiece for me to talk about my industry and share my experiences and try and show people some of my knowledge that I have in different ways, whether that be writing interesting posts, causing confrontation, showing funny videos, but it was all focused on what I was doing. I think from a candidate and a job seeker's point of view, people are underestimating the power of what a blog can do. A blog is a fantastic tool. You can do absolutely anything with it, and your imagination is the limitation, but you create your own personal brand. You can show people your levels of expertise. You can write about subjects that you may not be allowed to write about at work because of restrictions, but you can write about them in a professional way and show the world your knowledge and skills and your passion for that sector. Really. And it's more than that. It's a living, breathing entity of a brochure. You have a CV, which is a 2 or 3 page flat piece of paper on a desk, or you might even go to the realms of having a video CV if you really want to be confrontational. But it's something that you give a chance to show people your skills, your background, your interests, your passions. And blogs are typically on a subject matter, so if it's about you, it will be about your industry, about your sector, about your interests within that sector. You can bring in expertise and knowledge from other people around the world in your sector to show people how much knowledge and how many contacts you have and the influence you have in your industry. So it can be as obtuse as a nuclear physicist doing a blog. It can be a shop assistant in Waitrose doing a blog about working behind the till. But it's their passion, it's their job, and it's their life, and that's what people like about them. They're real pieces of information.
What are the 2 or 3 top tips?
Passion. Talk about the subject you're passionate and interested about. You cannot maintain a blog for a period of time unless you are passionate about something. So 1, make sure it's a subject you believe in. 2, there does need to be a strategy of how you're going to use the blog. Are you going to use a blog to find a job? If you're going to use it that way, then you need to be a bit more clinical about what you put in it, the keywords, the way you write the headlines, so that Google and other search engines and other recruiters will find you. And the 3rd thing really is a bit of diversification. Put text, put video, put pictures. Make it interesting for the reader. Someone's going to want to read your blog, and they're going to want to see about you and about your character and your personality. And if they just see text all the time, boring text, you need to make it interesting and exciting. The more diverse and interesting it is, then the bigger readership you're likely to have. And blog readers, for some reason, do like people to say things that maybe you can't say in the real life, and you would not get away with it. But so you need to resist the urge of being too confrontational in your blog and saying things, because as it's published on the web, once it's out there, as we all know, it comes back and it'll bite you on the bum to that. But from a blogging perspective, I always say, if you can blog, say 3 or 4 times a week, on a regular basis, the search engines then know when information is coming on your website and on your blog, and they will come back and they will find you quite quickly. So part of that is getting your sitemap, and it's all done automatically if you use Typepad or Blogger or you use WordPress. Is submitted to the search engines to tell them where you are, but you need just to put in regular contact. So I typically blog probably about 4 times a week, and a variety of posts. So it might be a long text on a different subject, it might be a video, it might be a picture, but consistently every week, probably about 4 posts. I think a blog can be first of all, a blog can be what you want it to be.
Okay.
So you have different tools. You have your CV, which you can send by email to various companies if they want it. You have a video CV if you want to show you as a particular person. You have your social networks that allow you access to different people. The blog is a voice piece for you to tell the world about you, your passions, your interests in your specific field and what you blog about. So if it's about your career, it's about your level of expertise. And just a further extra to that question is, don't forget, recruiters and companies search blogs for people, so that they will go out and search Google for people who are putting certain content in blogs as a recruitment tool for themselves. So it's another angle where you can be found by a recruiter. They'll go back and look over your posts, see what you've written about, see that you're an expert in your field, like what you've got to say, and it wouldn't surprise you to get a phone call or an email from a recruiter saying, "I've got a job, do you fancy talking?"